Hello, the internet. It is Wednesday, the 26th of February, 2025, and welcome back to the channel. I was going to say 2027. I wanted to just come out here and greet all the newcomers that are on the channel from the H3 situation, let's just say. The last couple of days have been, overwhelming, let me say. Some of you that are here will not know why they're here and what they're watching. Understandable. Even before H3 made their live stream, there was comments and there was family comments in my chat on that dream video. So I don't know how or what happened, but I did something correct, either the thumbnail or the title or the content or the fact that it was 46 seconds long. I don't know, but something hit and a lot of H3 fans saw that and responded very favorably, which shocked me. Like I said, even before the H3 guys got onto it, the fans were there. And I think that's something that, you always hear the community, and family. And that's before the actual dudes had made anything. The family was already rallying behind it. So I just wanted to come out here and thank them. Thank you all, and talk a little about things. And I want to do a video. I want to make it sort of concise, but I will do a long form live react stream on the actual H3 pod, this part with myself in it, and I'll react to everything. But this is just like a surface level. I've got notes here so I don't forget anything, but let me just say this too. Every single comment on that dream video was positive. I didn't get a single negative response from anybody, and that is super rare on the internet, like super rare. No one said anything bad about me or the thing or H3. Nobody said anything. It's like, wow, given the current climate and around the H3 channel, I just thought that was pretty rad that there wasn't anybody poo-pooing it. They were all going for it. So I wanted to hit that point. I wanted to show this comment. By the way, check this out. This is my feed, current to the date. Look how many comments are on. So this is the dream video. This is the NT Parks one. We'll get to that as well. But look how many comments are on these videos just in the last 24 hours. These are all just from a combination of crew getting it. When I say crew, I mean just viewers getting fed the video natively on YouTube, and then of course after the pod aired it. So these comments down here, the original ones, I wanted to hit this one from Lauren McCabe, 1441. Lauren Skis, she says, this is once again confirms, I think she meant this is once again confirming my theory of H3 fans on the regular being cool, attractive people who in fact touch grass. And she's referring to the fact that I was out, camping when I made that video. I don't know about attractive, but I'll take it. But cool, I'm kind of cool, I suppose. But I just thought that was the best comment. I even said best comment ever, agreed. And I pinned that because I think that's important to hit. I guess that just means we are people, right? We're just down to earth, regular. And the fans of the show is what I'm getting at. We're just regular, down to earth crew. Lauren hits it, I hit it. Let me tell you a little about my time on YouTube. So 10 years, I'm nearing 10 years on YouTube. And as Ethan correctly points out, it's kind of hard to work out what this channel is all about. Like what's the crack here? What's he doing? Well, I can tell you, I started this channel as a music photographer. I was on tour with an Australian stoner rock band called Tracer, proudly representing. That was how the content sort of began. I made content from the road. And then for some reason, I also did a review of a snorkel mask, and YouTube chose to absolutely promote that snorkel mask video to the tune of about 2 million views now. I think it's 2.2 million views. I tried everything I could do to get YouTube to promote any of my other videos in the same fashion, but they never did. They only promoted that one video. I still don't know why. I mean, I've got my speculations, but so I slowly morphed my content to forgetting about this initial burst of excitement to then just creating the content that made me happy. and every now and then something will hit, you know. So it's a variety of content: my life, living, good times, cryptocurrency, Jack Daniels whiskey, surfing, live streams, nature, Australia, just the stuff that I do. And if it gels with someone, I don't do it for the YouTube. I kind of wish I never got that 2.2 million views, because that's a phony number, if you like. It's not really what my channel. I never set out to be a snorkel channel ever, but I'll take it. But now, in regards to this H3 content, there's two parts I want to offer clarity on. So the first is the pitch. You've heard Ethan talk about the pitch, and the second is the dream video. Both of these two things are interlocked, and I'll explain why. So first of all, the pitch video. Now, this goes back to mid last year, mid 2024. The hope was that the H3 podcast would sponsor me as I attempted to be the first person to live stream a road trip over 8 weeks from Sydney Harbour, from the Harbour Bridge, all the way through into the centre of Australia. Ayers Rock, this big red fuck off rock that we've got in the centre of this country. I'd never been there before. I wanted to do it. I wanted to stream it, and the pitch was to get funding to cover both the fuel and the Starlink. That was the main source. That was the main draw on funding. So what I did was I presented that pitch to all of my viewers on my regular streams, and we kind of tweaked it and honed it down and got it down to I think it was about 7 minutes, which is still too long. But Ethan, it wasn't 5 hours. That was the content of that live feed where this pitch was in it. Anyway, so I got it down to about 7 minutes. Sent it off to Dan at H3H3. I'm pretty certain I got the right email address, but whatever. I'm sure it went to someone at H3. I uploaded that video to my YouTube channel unlisted. So no one had that link aside from the H3 podcast. And so when I sent that video, it had a big fat 0 next to it, no views. I noticed that there was a view on it after a day or two. And so I thought, okay, so they saw it. Someone at H3 saw it, but I never got an email back. So then I concluded, okay, they're not interested. That's cool. No harm, no foul, whatever. Here's the view, by the way. Look, this is anyone that uploads to YouTube. If you unlist a video and you upload it and you don't click play on it, you'll have a big fat 0 on the view count until somebody with the link plays it. So somebody played it, and when I realized that it had been played and there was no email response, I was like, okay, no worries, we'll just move on. I had made other pitches, like versions of that pitch, to other brands, and I was in communications with a reasonably large outdoor four-wheel drive enthusiasts. What are they called? Four-wheel drive supercenter. And we were in phone conversations about, sponsorship endorsements. And ultimately that came down to a big fat no, based upon my views on my channel not being high enough. So the subscriber count looks good, but the views look lousy. So they said no eventually. So, okay. So at that point, I requested extra shifts at my day job, and I worked my fucking guts out and saved up the $5,000. That's all it was, $5,000, one Bevo. And I saved up, and I went and did the trip anyway. So I paid for everything for my friend and I, Marty, split it. So we paid half. And in late August, myself and Marty did this live stream. We were the first people to ever live stream a journey of that accord. We did like 10-hour live streams on the daily. We camped. We often argued. Ultimately, the arguing ended it in another sense, because Marty and I did have a pretty big blowout in just before Alice Springs. And it's still a little bit sensitive. I continued on the trip solo. We were meant to do 8 weeks. Within 3 weeks, we'd argued to the point where Marty took a plane back from Alice and came home, and I was continuing on my own. So oddly enough, that would have been pretty interesting content. It all did get live streamed, but it's not what I planned on doing, but it happened. So now moving on to the dream video. As correctly pointed out by AB, that's a clip pulled out of a longer video. So in addition to the 10-hour or so live streams that I did daily, I also shot on my iPhone, just shot content that I knew I'd put into like a daily edit, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. And in this case, when that dream happened, it was the first thing I filmed that morning or that day. And I was just telling the camera that I had this strange dream about working in the H3 restaurant, which doesn't exist. I will also add here, I don't have a son. I don't have any kids. I don't have a partner. I don't have a family, right? I have one now. I have the H3 family. But when I said my son, I was like, what the hell? What son? So ultimately, Ethan has asked for a 1-minute version of the pitch. Now, of course, the pitch is irrelevant because we did the thing and I don't have another pitch or another concept. But what I thought we could do, we could potentially use this opportunity to somehow harness the Aussie contingent that clearly from my comment section, there is a big Australian contingent of H3 fans. Can we do something that's going to somehow interlock those guys and the H3 crew? Like, I don't need $5,000 to do a road trip. I'm going to do more live streams, but that's all. I'm doing it myself. But we now, at least Ethan is open to the option of something to do with Australia. And that was kind of my goal. Like, selfishly, it was for me to do a road trip for free, of course, but also to showcase Australia. Like, we always hear people talk about how wonderful this is, and we freaking well live here. So if we can share it somehow, like, I've even heard Ethan talk about coming down to Australia to do a live show. Maybe that's what some of the money could go to. I don't know. I'm just spitting ideas here, but can we do something? If there was ever an opportunity to harness Australia, maybe this is the catalyst. Let me just touch on this too. There was a comment on the actual, so one of my live streams, this is the H3 pitch final update. A lovely family member, Eve Original Sinner, went ahead and made timestamps for, or not timestamps, he made community notes for the content here. So if anyone wants to summarize, instead of watching, this entire, it's only a 1 hour stream, but yeah, he just basically covered everything, everything he said here, everything I just said. So that's there as well. But I just wanted to highlight that. I just want to thank those crew that went through and did this, like helping me out here. So let me touch quickly on the NT Parks video and then we'll wrap this up because I want to keep this pretty quick. The NT Parks video, I did not expect that to be popped up on my channel. Of course, I upload regularly, twice daily, sometimes 3 times, whatever. So when the podcast was checking out my channel and he went on to that video, I was like, oh, okay, that's whatever. But I will say this, the gag about the UX being lousy, it's not a gag. Marty is a UX designer and he's like, that's rubbish. That needs to be fixed. And we did get double booked and it needs to be fixed. But I don't care if it does or doesn't get fixed. But what I do like about it is that everybody rallied behind it. Everybody in the comments was like, yeah, we got to fix that shit. We got to get in and fix it. Look, it definitely needs fixing, but I don't think it doesn't need to be a focus point from anybody. unless you dudes really want to take that and run with it. I don't think we need to fix it. I think there's enough people that are responding and people are saying, we got friends that work for the NT Parks. We'll get this sorted. There's enough crew that are already on the grass level of that fixing it. I don't think we need to worry about that, but it is kind of funny that did pop up. There are other H3 videos on my channel, such as what I'm watching Wednesday. I haven't seen that in like 6 years or whatever when I started the channel. I've been a fan forever. And so, in fact, as long as I've had my channel, I've pretty much been watching H3. If not the first year, definitely the second year in. And so I've been a huge time fan and I just wanted to get like Australia represented better, I suppose, or more. Excuse me. We're loved down under, like everybody loves us. And, the H3 podcast is massive. The H3 show, my bad. So if we can somehow harness those two things together and then Australia gets represented better and then we get the crew down under, that'd be fun, right? But ultimately, look, hey, thanks everybody for watching and thanks so much for the comments. And thank you to the H3 crew for having a bit of a laugh with me. Awesome times. I will go ahead and do a live stream and we'll react to everything. But yeah, cheers all. And thank you for everybody's like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you all on the next upload. Yeah.